Good morning. Welcome to Market Monday for April 29th, 2024. Quick check on the market so far through last week. S&P 500 up about 6%. NASDAQ up 5%, small cap Russell 2000 down 1% for the year. And the Dow Jones Industrial Average at 2%. Moving over here, we can see that the max drawdown from the year-to-date high ranging from 5 to 9%. Last week, Matt shared a couple slides about the average drawdowns in markets being over 14%.
In fact, seems like a good day to revisit this one, now that we've had a 5% pullback for the first time in 2024. On average, we see more than 7 separate 3% dips, more than 3 separate 5% pullbacks. We just got our first, a 10% correction once every year on average, a 15% drawdown about once every other year, and a 20% decline or bear market every 3.5 years. Just history.
And something else Matt mentioned was that these are features. And you know what? Thankfully so. You heard that right. Your money market fund doesn't have this type of volatility, does it? There certainly may be a role for that in your overall portfolio, but over long periods of time, history points to very different outcomes for these assets, even more so if you factor inflation. So can we actually appreciate the volatility, expect it, put it in its proper place, and stay focused on the long-range investing plans?
You may have noticed this is just about a weekly feature here on Market Monday. Why do we spend so much time covering the emotional or the psychological aspect of investing? On fading the news and the media. So much negativity.
And we talk about this too, about being utterly inundated with negativity that's literally pushed to the front of us 24/7. The world has always been a bit messy and had plenty of challenges and travesties. But now we have videos and commentary to remind us of this negativity all the time. And frankly, we believe our brains simply aren't hardwired to handle the constant flow, especially the negative slant on everything. We view it as a threat to the important work that we're doing here for you. So as long as there's constant news, and thus constant negativity, rest assured we'll be fighting as the antidote to the media madness.
Speaking of, how about a bit of good news for a change? Have a look at the progress we've made as a species over the past few centuries. There's still a long way to go, but at least we're heading in the right direction, no? Going from about 80% of people living in extreme poverty to under 10%, and starting to see a meaningful part of the world no longer living in poverty at all.
And over 80% having no basic education 2 centuries ago, to now more than 85% have a basic education and more. Almost 90% not able to read, now almost 90% are able to read. And how about this one? Almost half of the children used to die within the first 5 years. Can you imagine? Now we're at 96% of children surviving the first 5 years of life.
And today we'll leave you with, as the AI, artificial intelligence, craze continues, we like to remind ourselves of humanity's ingenuity, how the pie can grow bigger, far beyond our current imagination. Here's the very first video uploaded to YouTube on April 23rd, 2005. Have a great week.
Alright, so here we are in front of the elephants. Cool thing about these guys is that they have really long fronts, and that's cool. And that's pretty much all there is to say.